Now, it's time to make it fast. There are a number of factors to consider when building a fast derby car, but the most important are weight, lubricant, wheels, and axles. Weight. Remember, gravity is all that propels a derby car, so you want your car to be the maximum allowable weight. Most derbies have a maximum weight of 5 ounces, but check your local rules to make sure. And if you don't have a scale, take your race car to the post office and ask them to weigh it for you. You can use a variety of weights for your car. Some weights are designed so you can break off small pieces with pliers for weight adjustment on or before race day. Just as important as having a car that is the proper weight is knowing how to place the weights on the bottom of the car. Now put the weights between the axles and trace around them with a pencil. Insert a cutting bit into your Dremel rotary tool and attach the multi-purpose cutting guide. Adjust the depth to the thickness of the weights. Route out the area between the lines. Attach the weights with screws. The weights should fit flush to the bottom of your car. Now for the wheels. Here's a tip. Smooth wheels mean a faster car. Sand the wheels to remove any rough spots on the treads. But before you do any wheel modification, check your race rules to see if this is allowed. To simplify wheel sanding, use a wheel turning mandrel, which holds the wheel while you spin it in the Dremel rotary tool. Mount the Dremel rotary tool in a vise or the Dremel workstation attachment. Use a slow speed, 15,000 RPM or slower, and hold a piece of medium grit sandpaper against the turning wheel for a few seconds. Repeat as many times as needed until the tread is smooth. Axles. Burrs found on the nail-type axles and rough spots on any axle types will slow the car down. Check the underside of the head of a nail-type axle and you'll notice a burr created by the seam. Here's how to remove that burr. Secure a Dremel rotary tool in the padded jaws of a vise. Insert the pointed end of one of the axles in the Dremel rotary tool and leave about 5/8 of an inch sticking out and tighten. Next, hold a fine-cut file, about 1/4 inch wide, against the underside of the head and run the Dremel rotary tool for a few seconds. With the Dremel rotary tool stopped, run your finger over the flat side of the head. Are the ridges gone? If not, repeat the process. Polishing the axles is critical because it helps your wheels spin freely. With the Dremel rotary tool, you can remove rough spots or pits on the shaft of the axle to make them smooth and shiny. Cut a piece of 600 grit sandpaper into 3/8 of an inch wide strips and soak them in water. Secure a Dremel rotary tool in the padded jaws of a vise and tighten. Insert and tighten the end of one of the axles in the Dremel rotary tool. While the axle is spinning, place a strip of sandpaper under the axle. Move back and forth, left to right until smooth. With the Dremel rotary tool stopped, clean the axle with a cloth. Does it look and feel smooth? If not, repeat the process. Repeat the same procedure on all axles. For even faster wheels, you can polish them to a mirror-like shine. Secure a Dremel rotary tool in the padded jaws of a vise. Secure the end of one of the axles in the Dremel rotary tool and tighten. Mix pumice and water to get a mixture the thickness of oatmeal. Put some pumice mixture on a soft cloth and hold it under the turning axle and move it back and forth. Repeat the process until the axle feels smooth. Repeat this procedure on all axles. Another way to reduce friction and increase the speed of your car is to use a lubricant. The best is dry graphite. Remember, lubricants can be messy, so be sure to cover your work area with newspapers or an old cloth. Before you attach your wheel to the axle, fill the wheel hub with lubricant. Don't pack it, just fill it. Put the axle into the wheel hub and spin. Add more to the axle at the hub of the wheel and spin again. Repeat this procedure several times. You want to work the lubricant in so the wheel spins fast and straight for several seconds. On race day, lubricate the axle between the wheel and car body. If possible, lubricate between races, but first check your local rules to make sure it is allowed.